I never let you see. I keep it caged, but I can't control it. So stay away from me, the beast is ugly. I feel the rage and I just can't hold it. It's scratching on the walls, in the closet, in the halls. It comes awake and I can't control it. Hiding under the bed, in my body, in my head. Why won't somebody come and save me from this? Make it end. I feel it deep within, it's just beneath the skin. I must confess that I feel like a monster. I hate what I've become, the nightmare's just begun. I must confess that I feel like a monster. I feel like a monster.
Well, a little later than originally planned, but we're live on Shaggy TV for the Expert Installation Full Throttle Motorsports Sunday Night Madness Mid-Season Championship for the Big Block 358 Modifieds here at none other than the dirt track at Charlotte. It is going to be a good one. My apologies for that start. I went to go to their intro video. You saw that it was my starting soon ordeal. And as soon as I clicked next scene, well, the computer got really upset with me and decided that it was going to freeze on that monitor. So we're back here. We're good now. And we got a lot of cars out coming to play tonight. I'm not too sure. You know, it is the mid-season championship. But they were a little shy on saying whether or not it was going to be a double points night because apparently they didn't advertise it too well. They didn't want drivers to miss out on the double points opportunity. But we do have 22 guys here, so wouldn't be surprised here. You know, maybe they decide to go the other way on that here if they get the full field. But if they do, I'm sure they'll let me know. Let's take a look here at Anthony Roselli. He's driving around the 7 machine right now, rolling through 1 and 2. Here, don't take my word for it. Take the computer's word for it. We'll throw up the graphics here. I like spotlighting some of these guys' different paints. Clay back in the old school mellow yellow 51. Sometimes he'll run the team white and I want to say turquoise. You know, we see Anthony Morano in that sometimes, which, speaking of, no Ant-Man here this evening. Not too sure if Anthony's going to be here. Hopefully he does make it out. Definitely always a better race with the Ant-Man out on the racetrack. Sean Green out here in that 27 machine. Now, River Meadow Campground RV Park. Couldn't tell what that was. Let's see what Brandon Combs has on this sucker. Pretty sure he's fueled by Busch Light. No. Oh, that's right. Gearbox. No Pro late model. That's right. Different cameras, Zach. Different cameras. No, it's still not up there anyways here on this one. 28 machine rolling around. We got the Super Dirt Car Series on there, making Dino proud on the high side. Yeah, we already looked at Putt-Putt. What am I doing? Let's hop over to another room here. Speaking of Dino, well, he's not in another room, but he's pulling out on the racetrack right now, the 79 griphack.com machine. You know, I'm going to go to griphack.com later. I hear Anthony and all them mention it. That would be awesome if it was an actual cheat for iRacing that iRacing does not. They can't find. They're just blatant about it. But I would imagine maybe a setup shop. I don't know. Griphack.com. If anybody out there, you know, wants to check his board, you can fill me in. Let's see, Dylan Kinsey's got the 639 machine out on the racetrack. Tyler Knopf, currently P2. He's out there in the Excel Sim Sports 41 machine. Sonny's Barbecue, Mr. Do-It-All, Big Worms Racing Videos, Farmers Repair, Anderson Electric, Vertex Graphics. The list goes on and on. I mean, literally the list must go on and on because there's a comma after Vertex Graphics. But I'm not fed any more of that information. His current guy on the top of the charts, Mike Brewer, in the 39. He's out there on the racetrack. Now let's go to, we'll change this to the last time by for some of these drivers. So Mike, obviously, pulling out on the racetrack, not that quick or got in the wall. Let's see what it looks like this time by. It's Tyler Knopf. He's running a 15.99, and that was right in front of him. And Brewer running a 15.72. So maybe a good pull time, I'd imagine, for these guys just based off that. Maybe a 15.5 right now if they throw the slider through 3 and 4. Have to see Brewer back in the 16. So maybe that is a little bit too much of an ask. But I would assume right there, 15.6, 15.7 probably get you in those first couple rows after qualifying. We'll have to see how it ends up playing out. Jeff Sharp, trying to find him. He's not out on the racetrack. Let's see. Do have another room. We got Aaron Rockefeller pulling off the racetrack. Pulling on the racetrack, possibly. 018. Got Bicky right up the road in the 07, Tyler Bickford. And James Bachman Jr. here, JBJ in the 3. And everybody knows the big slow Devin Hauer. For some reason, he's got an 8 on the side of this thing. He never does in any other league that I call with him, you know, stone cold. The big slow, 316. But he's rolling around in the 8 scheme here, keeping us on our toes. Only a little over a minute left in practice. So not a lot of time to experiment and beat up the racetrack. As you see, it is getting dark. Hopefully here for qualifying, Dino quits cheaping out and he'll flip the lights on. I think he was saying it's pretty expensive to rent this place out, so he's probably just, you know, trying to take it easy. So we'll drop this away. Let's just hang out at the starter stand, see how much room these guys are using up. So pretty close to the wall there. First guy who came by, though, right up against that outside wall. Putt-putt doing what we know him to do best. Stick to that inside line. Back to the outside, a little bit of run in the middle, back to the outside, using all of it up. See sparks fly there going past the starter stand, and then, well, the 51 just doing what he knows best. They're running around the bottom. We'll hop over to another room here. Top, middle. So it's been about a 50-50, and, you know, with open setups, kind of what you'd come to expect. Here, you don't want to put too much pressure on the guys, but, I mean, you know, you expect good racing from these guys. And, well, if you hear me talking really quick, that'll be my apology. You shouldn't, because I muted the tab, but I had everything set up and ready to go, and then, obviously, you guys saw at the beginning the computer froze. Had to restart, lost all my windows, so I want to get back to my stream page, make sure everything, you know, YouTube feeds me all the information on my stream health, just make sure I'm not lagging. I like having a geeky eye on that. But let's see who pulls out on the racetrack here first for qualifying. It's looking like it's going to be the 29 of Tyler Moffitt. He's got that thing rolling out of 2. We'll see a lot of guys on the top of 3 and 4, especially on this out lap. Rip that outside, try to bring as much speed to the line as they can. And Tyler Moffitt underway here, lap number 1. And, well, actually, I missed the guy. 100 grand, Joseph Grandy. Here he comes across the line. He had a big jump. Let's see what this lap looks like, a 16 flat. I was guessing around a 15.7, so I'm way off. There's a 15.92 for the 29 at Tyler Moffitt. Tyler Moffitt, top of the charts here. Can he do better second time around? The big slow Devin Hauer. Purple. That's quick time. He didn't want to make me look dumb. He said, I got the 15.7 for you. There it is, the 316 around here in a blaze, a tenth quicker than everybody out there on the racetrack so far. As you saw, his second time around was an 8-1. I still had it listed on last time, not best time. Let's go find the 56 of Aaron Brown here. Aaron Brown, one of the dogs you always got to watch for when you try to step on the porch. And the 56 doing a good job rolling the inside through 3 and 4. Slides up, catches the cushion. And lap number 1 for Aaron Brown, P5. What can he do the second time around? He's looking to make up 2 tenths as he heads into 3 and 4. We look at the bottom of the screen. We don't see him yet. Green, he has improved. He's going to jump up to P4, Aaron Brown. Good lap for the man is Damian Ward. He's back this week, the 032, lap number 1. What can he do here? Damian slides up, catches the cushion. We don't see any purples. We're going to see green because it's going to be his best time. That's P3, a 15.79. Damian Ward slower through Sector 1, trying to find some improvement here through Sector 2, but he's not going to find it. He's going to stick with the 15.79. And the big slow Devin Hauer going to take the pole here at the dirt track at Charlotte. That's a good lap there for the 316 as we get ready to take a look at our starting grid for heat race number 1. 8 cars to the outside of row 4, the 39 of Mike Brewer to the inside, the 3 of JB Jr., James Bachman. Row 3 to the outside, the 07 of Bicky, Tyler Bickford to the inside, the 41 of Tyler Knopf. Row 2 to the top shelf, the 27 of Sean Green to the inside, the 29 of Tyler Moffitt. Row 1 for heat race number 1 to the outside, the 91 of Shelley Caleb Schellenberg to the inside, the 316 of your quick time, the big slow, Devin Hauer. We knew after the computer froze deep down when I didn't get a chance to refresh this that I was going to have to do this every time. Oh, man. SDK. So get ready to roll around here. We should do 2 laps, I think. They normally give me the extra lap. And now that I say that, they probably won't, so I should have just kept my mouth shut here. But no, they're going to give me the extra lap here, so I'll get to reset my end, too. We'll get ready to go play here as Devin Hauer to the inside. Normally, you see, he's supposed to be the 316. I ratted him out. He's in the 8 tonight. He didn't listen. I don't think he listened last week either, now that my memory's starting to come back to me, but who knows? We'll play the blame game later. We'll see if we get to talk to him. As the sun getting ready to set here in Charlotte, the pace truck pulls to the inside. We're going to get ready to go play. 8 laps.
Sunsets.
Oh, yeah, racetracks and sunsets. Sunset going down, Dino. We were just talking about it.
All right, man. Have fun.
I am. The green flag's high. It's ready to fly. We're underway. There's 8 to play in heat race number 1. Winner going to start on the pole as Shelley looks to the outside. The big slow finding a lot of grip down low, and Moffitt, he hooks up down there as well. 3rd to 2nd in the early going for the 29. Can he get up and shut the door? Question is, does he need to get up and shut the door? I think he wants to stay down low. But Shelley gets a big run there through the center of the corner, gives it all up on exit, maybe overdrove the rear end a little bit. Now he takes a peek under the 29 of Moffitt, and we're too wide for P2. Tyler Knopf trying to get inside the top 4 as he's working that 41 down low. You see that thing shining there going through the center of the corner as the 29 of Tyler Moffitt running out of daylight upstairs. All sorts of trouble Just too long of a way around for the current state of this racetrack. And man, oh man, at the halfway point, 4 laps to go. Devin Hauer looking to be the man out front. Tyler stuck in the middle, 3 wide. Sean Green on the outside, but Tyler lifts out of that throttle, falls up in line, and you can see the dust. It's starting to come out. It's going to get a little hairy here. Let's see what the 41 sees. So not so bad there on entry. It looks a little more dramatic from outside the car. But Tyler gets into the outside wall, and with 2 laps to go, that's going to let Bicky peek to the inside. And he's still got plenty of time to try to work his way around as Sean Green tries to get a little momentum build up and go at a run for P2. But the story out front, Devin Hauer got there and just is obliterating the field. 1.2 seconds as Bicky has a hiccup. He falls back. Oh, Tyler, Bicky, Sean Green. 2 guys sink to the back, and Devin Hauer going to take heat race number 1, followed by Shelley, Moffitt, Buckman, Knopf, Brewer, Bicky, and Green. Tough break there. Must have been some contact between those two on the last lap, and they find themselves falling way down the order. And I mean, at Charlotte, yes, you can race your way up through the pack. It's not going to be the most difficult thing like some other tracks that we come to, but when you got a list of cars like this, you do not want to dig yourself into a hole. And, well, that's exactly what those drivers have done. So gonna have to work here to get it back and try to finish up in the top 10, top 5 even for some of those guys. They definitely have the speed. But let's take a look at the starting grid for heat race number 2. The 28 of the Cobb, Brandon Combs, rounds out the field. Row 3 to the outside, the 51 of Putt Putt, Clay Christopherson to the inside, the 639 of Dylan Kinsey. Row 2 to the outside, the 118 of Gas Money, Brandon Geiswhite to the inside, the 79 of Dean Reynolds. Row number 1 for heat race number 2 to the outside, the 88 of Bart William Watson to the inside, the 018 of Aaron Rockefeller. Now, as we figure out how to get that to go away, we realize, yep, I knew it was coming. Knew it was coming. It's going to keep happening, I'm telling you, until the feature. But we'll deal with it. At least some leagues, they shorten those pace laps, and man, that's a killer. Especially, you know, not to toot my own horn, but guys like, well, you guys all probably know Marty Sakala too, man. A lot of these broadcast teams, they do this. They do it as that, a team. But we do this, it's all by ourselves. So we're controlling everything, all the monitors, all the different camera angles. So it's a lot going on. And, well, when you give us that extra little bit of time, I can tell you, we appreciate it. As we'll have 8 laps to play here, heat race number 2. Winner going to start on the outside of the front row. For tonight's feature is the green flags high. It's ready to fly. There's 8 laps to play in the clay at the dirt track at Charlotte. Heat race number 2 is underway. I just noticed my spotter is on as well. Sorry, did a little road course racing this weekend. I'll go into my sound settings after this and turn the spotter off. But as we roll around, Dino to the inside of his teammate there in the 88. And I may have knew him first, but Dino racing him like he's known him longer. Got real close to the inside, but Bart able to hold on. I'm sure he's in that big block here tonight, trying to get that outside to roll. And Dino now, he's got to lick the paws here and try to hold on to P3 because the 639 coming with a run. As here comes William Watson shopping on the inside. What kind of discount can he find down there? The answer's a good one. We have a new leader with 5 to go. Aaron cuts back to the inside. We got a team battle here. Aaron, can they make a move? And I say them on purpose because someone in the chat box I do not know if Aaron is a guy or not. I have not talked to Aaron, I don't think. So, no offense, but I know most male spellings it's the A, and I see with the E. I don't know, so someone can help me out there. But there's 3 laps to play, and Aaron might need a little more help than just the name. Dylan to the outside, coming with a big run, looking to take over P2 as Dino slides in. He collects Dylan Kinsey. He goes around. Gas money involved, and man, Clay Christopherson, he's going to be the big beneficiary. Was rolling around P6, moved on up to 3rd for the moment, now 4th. But white flag in the air for the 88 of William Watson, who just watches all of this trouble out of the rearview mirror sail into 3 and 4 for the final time. Checkered flag waves. Give it to the 88, winner of heat race number 2. Rockefeller, Christopherson, Kinsey, Gas Money, Dino, and the Cobb rounds out the field. Let's get ready to take a look here at our starting grid for our 3rd and final heat race. Row 4 to the inside, the 028 of Jeff Sharp. Row 3 to the outside, the 518 of 100 grand, Joseph Grandy to the inside, the 144 of Jordan LaFawn. Row 2 to the outside, the 7 of Anthony Roselli to the inside, the 007 of the Samaconda, Sam Bachman. Row 1 for your 3rd and final heat race to the outside, the 56 of Aaron Brown, and starting on the pole, the 032 of the real deal, Damian Ward. Damian, when he has been here, he has brought home the checkers. I believe he's missed 2 weeks. Don't hold me to that. I know at least 1 for sure. But man, if you let this guy out of your sight, he is gone. These drivers know that as well as I do. So you want to win heat race number 3, you're going to have to make your move on this man really, really early, or he is just going to absolutely torch you. That Premier Setups 32. Sam Bachman, no slouch in these himself. He's a champion in another league that I call. And, well, started off the season week 1 with another win. 007. Let's see what he's got. You know what? Normally, let's try something. If it's a fail, it's a fail. We're going to take the green flag here from Jeff Sharp. He's rounding out the field in P7. Let's see what turns 1 and 2 look like. It's time to play 8 laps heat race number 3.
Green, green, green.
See, they're beating and banging that row ahead. See, that's the 44 of LaFawn to the inside, Roselli to the outside. As Roselli, we hop on board with him for a quick moment. He dives in the middle 3 wide. We got 100 grand on the bottom. Trying to find some traction, and Joe, he's got to fall back up in line. Needs to rip that top, build up some speed like the 56 of Aaron Brown, who gets to the outside of his teammate there in the 007. If these guys play around too hard, they're going to let that 32 break off the leash. And I'm telling you, you're not going to chase down that dog. There's 5 laps to go. Sam to the inside, Aaron to the outside. Sam just not enough momentum to be able to complete the pass. You see him fight, want to float up, but he's just not going to go up there, not going to rub his teammate. But at the same time, maybe Aaron, his line isn't really compromised, so he's not going to be too upset with the 007. I mean, he's running in the tire tracks of the 032 of Damian Ward. If anything, he could maybe go up that extra half a step. As Sam Bachman going to do just that. He gets back up in line. We had a car go around. Anthony Roselli, a little help, I believe, from maybe the 518. As Joseph pulls into the inside, he's going to have to start from the back. Tough break there for $100,000, but we got the second, third, and fourth in line. Leader on the bottom. As we roll through 3 and 4, a white flag going to be displayed one more time around. Oh, we got a battle for P2 on our hands. Sam Bachman to the inside as Damian Ward sees the checkered flag being waved. He brings it home. Give Bachman P2. Aaron Brown third. LaFawn fourth. Sharp. Roselli. And $100,000 rounds out the field. And I don't believe we'll need a B main. They may run it just to run it. Nope. Okay, yeah, we're going to warm-ups. I was going to say that it may run to set the grid for the feature, but there was really no need. And well, we're going to do a little warm-up race, or do a little warm-up. So you know the drill by now. I'll be here. I'm going to mute myself. We'll hop around to a couple different cameras. But we do the full 5 minutes now. We're not going to skip this and not let anybody miss the show. We've had that happen, so go pop that, or go get that Galen's out of the cabinet. As we know, you went to galenspopcorn.com and used galensgourmetpopcorn.com, and you used code CART for 15% off and checkout. You got some of the most delicious popcorn, so go get that out of your cabinet. You know, maybe get a Pepsi for me. My wife's cutting down my Pepsi intake. I'm in trouble. I'm a soda I'm drinking, so crack open a cold one for me, and we'll be right back. What? Had a couple people tell me they like it, and well, William, he stayed in the territory where I can pull him out. So we're going to pull him up right now. He's going to hear me talking mid-sentence. William, we're live on the broadcast. We got the big dog out here tonight, man. Damian Ward. How the heck did we beat this guy?
Hit your lines, I guess.
Oh, come on, man. You got to. What's the secret tonight? You got to give me more than that. I know you're cooking up something down there.
I'm not changing much down here. I'm just trying to get some fuel in this thing. Make it clear, you know how that is.
Yep. Well, William, man, you got a little bit of time. I'll let you go try to clear some cobwebs, but let's go bring one home tonight, brother. We're rooting for you.
I appreciate it. Sounds good.
William Watson. Now, let's see here. Let's see. Let's find somebody else. We got. Nope. See, Shelly, and who downtown, and Tyler Moffitt. They're in the lock territory. So there's no. I can't bring them up. They're in the land of no return. And I'd bring up Damian Ward. I know he's a favorite. But he's not in here. So you tell your man. Hang out in the Discord. You say the broadcaster will pull you up for cool interviews and warm-ups. And get to learn a little bit about you. And speaking of, we've talked to this guy before. When he shows up, he normally does pretty good. Now, Cobb, I know these aren't your forte, but right now, top 10, how are we thinking going into tonight?
I mean, after starting 20th tonight in the feature, I guess the only way to go is up. Struggling, man. I've been struggling with these cars badly, just trying to find pace in them. Like, driving them is not a problem. It's just trying to find the pace in them. But, like, everyone's just so close together on lap times with these things. It's just hard to be able to find that extra tenth, half a tenth, or whatever it is on guys. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, qualifying was pretty bad for me. Like 20th or whatever it is in qualifying. So we'll be starting in the back and see what happens. Hopefully keep the car clean.
Well, hey, man, we'll be rooting for you. Lots of cars on the racetrack tonight. Should widen up, see some two-wide racing. So plenty of room to move up through the field. Give them hell, Combs.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Oh, look at you. You heard me. You came up to the waiting room. Ward, we'll get you real quick, man. You're the dog here, dude. Everybody's barking at you. Can you hold off the field tonight? 75 laps.
We're gonna find out. I don't know. I'm feeling super confident. Charlotte's not my forte, but we're gonna hammer down and see what we can't do.
Now, I know you said hammer down there, but real quick, let me bug you. Do we pace yourself in the beginning? Do we worry about tire wear, or are we just going to go for it?
Definitely, you gotta save. No doubt in my mind.
Well, hey, man, I'll send you back down there to the waiting room. Good luck, brother. Give him hell out there.
Thank you.
Hey, you see? You tell your guy. I'm telling you, I'll notice. I'll notice when they're down there, and I know I can get annoying with that, but I promise to all the drivers, man, I am a racer at heart. Don't get me wrong. I love doing this. But, boy, I am jealous and would love to be out there with you guys as well. I just don't have that talent, so I would never pull you up here in a tough time and put you on the spot. But let's take a look at this starting grid here for the FTM Expert Installation 75-lap midseason championship at the dirt track at Charlotte. Row 11 to the outside, Bicky to the inside, 100 grand, Joseph Grandy. Row 10 to the outside, the Cobb, Brandon Combs to the inside, Sean Green. Row 9 to the outside, Anthony Roselli to the inside, Dean Reynolds. Row 8 to the top shelf, Mike Brewer to the inside, Jeff Sharp. Row 7, Gas Money Brandon Geiswake to the outside, Tyler Knopf to the inside. Row 6 on the top shelf, Jordan LaFawn to the inside, Dylan Kinsey. Row 5 on the outside, JBJ James Bachman Jr. to the inside, Aaron Brown. Row 4 to the outside, the 51 of Putt Putt, Clay Christopherson to the inside, Tyler Moffitt. Row 3 to the outside, the Samaconda, Sam Bachman to the inside, Aaron Rockefeller. Row 2 to the outside, Shelley Caleb Schellenberg to the inside, Damian Ward. Row number 1 for your 75-lap Expert Installation Full Throttle Motorsports feature to the outside, the 88 of William Watson, and starting on the pole, the big slow in the 316, Devin Hauer. As we roll through 3 and 4 for the final time, the green flag's high. It's ready to fly. There's 75 laps to play in the clay at the dirt track at Charlotte. We're underway. You heard Ward say he had to pace himself, and I'm not too sure what happened to the big slow Devin Hauer, but he is coming out of the pits. He had mechanical issues, so Damian Ward started on that pole. If it looked a little awkward, and man, the real deal, wasting no time trying to get out front. And if he can get to the inside, which he is, control that pace, that's how you save that right rear tire. And oh man, we are racing hard. 3, almost 4 wide. Putt Putt in the middle. Shelley on the outside. Aaron Brown on the bottom. Who you got? Shelley. Little contact there. Jumps the cushion on entry. And now Putt Putt, he can slide right in there and shut the door. Anthony Roselli got that 7 machine working the center, but Joseph Grandy already on that top shelf. And man, oh man, while you may make up some time, I know you may feel like stuck between a rock and a hard place. You got to pass the guys, but boy, oh boy, 75 laps is a long time to play here at the dirt track at Charlotte. And I'm telling you, you need to save some tire, and I think we're seeing Damian Ward do just that as he gives up the lead the last time by Rockefeller and William Watson to the middle. We got an FTM 1-2, and Sam Bachman trying to join the party, but Clay Chris stops it. That's where the excitement is. He nudges up in the middle 3 wide. We got Moffitt to the outside into 29. Aaron Brown to the inside. And now here comes Shelley. He wants to play. As we watch him come off a 2 here, this is going to be a good view. Oh, man, you saw there the 27 of Sean Green using it all up. There's contact. Tyler Knopf gets a little help. Couldn't tell who that was from, if it was from the 18 there, or the 118 of Gas Money or not. But Geisweit got that W energy machine rolling right now, trying to move on up through the field. Started 14th, up to 13th. As the big slow Devin Howard, remember that mechanical issue was supposed to start on the pole. He is running around about a half a lap away from going a lap down. He is begging for a caution out there in that 316. And, well, Devin, it may be a blessing in disguise if he can stay on the lead lap. You're running around by yourself right now. Got a lot of guys to go get. But, boy, oh, boy, you're just playing the saving game. And now Damian Ward, he's falling back to 4th. He jumps up to that top shelf. Maybe doesn't want to sink down any further in the pond here. Is Dylan Kinsey trying to work his way around his teammate there in the 51. Remember, Dylan had a good run going. Him and Dino made a little bit of contact in his heat race as he's trying to shop here to get himself into the top 10. And he does that at the line, gets around his teammate in the 051. Fastest lap of the race last time by for this man in the 5:18, 100 grand. Joseph Grandia, 16:11. The boys really starting to turn it up here in the mud. And Damian Ward, now he takes the purple lap time as a battle for the lead. Aaron Rockefeller slide job. Bart back to the inside. William holds up, but the teammates taking the gloves off here. And we aren't even a quarter of the way through. It is getting hairy out here at Charlotte. Counter back, William Watson. Cuts to the inside. What does Sam do? Sam Bachman, he's got a front row seat. He's going to go to the high side. Damian Ward going to cut up underneath. Look at him cutting a rug downstairs. Oh, jiving in that 32 machine. But William holds on. We can't take our eyes off this top 4. What do we do here as we enter 3? The answer is another slide job for the 18. William sees it coming, plays it like a book. But Aaron holds on, has the pace, and we've got a new leader. Tyler Knopf working his way on up, taking a peek here under the 7 of Anthony Roselli as we take a look back through the field a little bit. We talked to Brandon Combs. Said he was having trouble finding pace in the race car. Well, I think he pulled our leg here, up 7 spots here. If he can work himself around the 27 is the 79. Tries to get in the tire tracks there of the Cobb, and he's trying to follow Brandon Combs around green. He does just that. But let's go back towards the front here. Damian Ward, he keeps looking. I just can't mount the charge. As Aaron Rockefeller has the lead, about a half a second, really growing the gap. As we go to the starter stand, that was your original pole sitter, Devin Hauer, who went by. Those are your leaders. As man, oh man, all all this racing side by side. You know, I like to stay here. There he goes, and we're back around. You can see the field really starting to spread out. Obviously, a lot of pack racing back here by Sean Green and Dino. But the front's starting to string out, and man, if Devin Hauer can't get some help here, he is going to be in some serious trouble. Is Jeff Sharp trying to work to the outside? Dino slides up, almost gets into the 28. Jeff Sharp, he's got to lift and back up and let him get back in line, and that almost allows Mike Brewer in the 39 to take a peek on the outside. So you try to play nice with the guy in front of you, and you see it can cost you. So you've got to be aggressive when you're given the opportunity, and Damian Ward didn't sound the most confident here when we talked to him. Said this wasn't his favorite racetrack. But the 32, man, he gets right up all along that outside wall on the entry of 3. And we have our first caution of the evening. Little bit of teammates getting involved. Mike Brewer and Dean Reynolds. Dino slides up. Mike tries to cut underneath, make it 4 wide. And this was at the same time as Dino was coming back down. Let's go in the aerial view. This would have been one of the best passes I've ever seen if Brewer somehow could have completed this. Saw the slide job coming, cuts underneath. He knows Sharp's there. Sharp even tries to go down and give him a teeny bit of room. But running 4 wide, just not enough. And the boys bounce around. Bring out our first caution of the night here at the dirt track at Charlotte. Now it gives Devin Hauer a chance to tighten back up to the field. Let's see if we can try to figure out what happened. We got him up here. Devin, what happened, man? We were supposed to start on the pole.
Dude, I was on the grid, and I'm just sitting there, and then the pace truck takes off, and I go to put it in gear, and it won't come out of neutral. So I tried turning my wheelbase off, and I turned it back on, and it still didn't work. So I reset and recalibrated everything, and then it worked. So just got it under control before they made that first lap.
You're not going back green right now, are you?
Yes, we are.
Okay, I'm sending you away. Go give him heck.
Yep.
Well, we got tied up. The green flag waves. My apologies. I missed my normal view, but we figured out what happened with Devin Hauer. I saw the guys double up a little later than normal. We're 3, 4 wide up towards the front, man. Oh, my gosh. For a second, we were 4 wide in the middle of 2. William Watson able to hold on, but we are going around. We got the big one here in Charlotte. No caution flag yet. Oh, my gosh. False alarm. I don't know who ducked down to the inside. Nobody went around, I guess. Holy, oh my God. I'm trying not to curse, but my redneck northeastern accent, I am running out of words to describe what in the hell I just saw. How did they make it through that kerfuffle? That was absolutely unbelievable. I'm sorry. I normally don't do this, but we have to go back. We got to look at the start of this. We picked maybe the worst guy there, but you see the 3, 4 wide. Now, I want to see this coming down the front stretch. I'm telling you, there was a wreck that wasn't a wreck here. You see Joseph Grandy. He's going to get turned down to the inside. Grandy! He does a 360. The 44 of LaFawn. Oh, all right. Oh, my gosh. So much to unpack there. Joseph Grandy does a 360 and still stays inside of the top 15 in the 518. We've seen it all here at the dirt track at Charlotte. And now he's right back in the middle 3 wide. He's trying to go hunting. Oh, Brewer, he runs out of room in the 39. Mike Brewer That thing's broken. He's going to have to park it on the backstretch. He's looking for a caution. Give him one, admins. Caution flag got a wave. Oh, it's not coming out. No caution, and Aaron Rockefeller going to put him a lap down. It's just a slide job for P2. The real deal, Damian Ward, sliding on up, and man, the 88 comes barking back, but no grip in the center of the corner. Damian Ward back on up to P2, and let that dog hunt here. We've still got almost 40 laps to play. Goes right to the outside there, almost takes down the wall. But boy, oh boy, lots and lots of action happening. And Devin Hauer, the big slow, looking to the outside. He's on the up top, 3 wide, Green on the bottom, Sharp in the middle. Now he goes to be the meat in the sandwich. We're 4 wide. You gotta go where they ain't, and that's what the big slow's doing. Ripping down the wall here in Charlotte. But Dylan Kinsey, he's making the moves too as he takes a peek under the 41 of Tyler Knopf. Damian Ward, slide job for the lead. Aaron Rockefeller cuts back down to the bottom. Little slide job back. Here comes Shelley. Aaron holds on at the line. The real deal slides up through 1 and 2. Rockefeller trying to make some moves down here in the basement through 3 and 4. No grip. Can't complete the slide job. Going to stay on the bottom and give it to Damian Ward. 34 laps to go here at the dirt track at Charlotte. Only 1 caution so far this evening. You know these guys are feeling it. And Brandon Combs, one of the men he's feeling it both ways. He's got some speed. Up 10 spots in this 28. Started 20th. And Joseph Grandy started 21st. He's up to 11th after being up to about 6th. Early on, we saw that 360. Able to straighten it out and keep on going. But what his tires look like. He has driven up through the field so many times. And now we see the man who started from the pits. After the technical issue, the big slow Devin Hauer. He is reeling in the 518. Damian Ward rolls the top through 3 and 4, gets into that outside wall a little bit. Rockefeller follows suit. But Damian, he's got the lead growing almost a full second here. Now at the dirt track at Charlotte. You see, that was JBJ there, Junior James Bachman rolling around in the back. You'd seen he was involved in that initial contact early that didn't get the caution on this run. So he's just hoping for a caution, trying to tighten this thing back up. But Caleb Schellenberg, here he comes. Shelley trying to get his spot on the podium, gets into the back of the 88. Trying to rough him up a little bit here. Using up every inch of this surface right up against the outside retaining wall. Using it up here as here comes Sam Bachman. Little nice to meet you there. A little high five in the center of 3 and 4. As Devin Hauer takes a peek up in that mirror, and now he sees Bicky getting a lot bigger. Tyler Bickford, guy we're not used to seeing running towards the back either. He's moved that thing up 9 spots, started 22nd up to 13th. But Bicky wants a whole lot more than where he's at right now. Just a lot of good guys trying to take a bite off this apple. As we are battling 3 guys under a blanket for P2. Caleb to the bottom. Sam in the middle now trying to make it a 4, possibly a 5-car battle as Aaron Brown sneaks up into the picture. Man, if this isn't exciting, I don't know what you want. One caution so far through 50 laps. These guys are burning this place down. Oh, Sam Bachman tries to get to the outside. Not a lot of room there. And he just runs out of it, gets into the wall, and now he's going to mic up, say, hey, William, if you want to run that top, you better get up there, buddy, because I am trying to get up there. I've got that thing rolling. Now you see William, that 1/2 a lane higher. Little more speed on exit, bites back on the outside of the 56 of Aaron Brown. But all this happening behind your leader in the 32, Aaron Ward, who is just smooth as silk right up against that outside retaining wall. Shelley moving into the bottom step of the podium, looking for P2 here, the 91. What can he do? You got to think he's got some pace. Maybe a late race caution. He can go after Damian, but right now, 20 laps to go. You're going to need a jetpack to catch that man. 2.6 seconds up the road. This is where the battle's at. Sam Bachman finally gets to the outside. Finds some real estate above his teammate in the 88. And the 007 slithers his way on by the Samacondo. Welcome to the top 5. Oh, Jordan LaFawn gives Aaron Brown a shot. He gets into the 007. Oh, the big slow Devin Hauer. Oh, my God, they just keep coming, piling in. And like that, we're under caution for the second time. And, oh, it starts off the nose of the 44 of Jordan LaFawn. Just gets a big run coming out of 2. And let's try to find Jordan here. Just jumps to the bottom. Now, we're going to go in the nose, and you'll get to see what I'm talking about. So, we got there a little too late, but we got a pretty good view of it. They're live. Now, maybe doesn't know 3 wide, but you can see just gets up there, gets into him, and the 56 shoots up the racetrack. With the 007 up there and just absolutely nowhere for Sam to go. William tries to avoid it, so when he comes down, he gets across the nose of the 44. But look at William Watson. I mean, you can tell that guy's drank some beer and slid through some fields. He holds on to that no problem. I mean, he just did that the other night. That is a Saturday night for the 88. He hangs on, but, man, we see the destruction. Lots of cars involved in this one, and well, maybe that break here that the 91, or I mean, excuse me. No, yeah, that's right, the 91 of Shelley. Maybe that's the break he needed. But as we pace around here, we're going to get ready to go back racing already. The green flag's high. It's ready to fly. There's 17 laps to play in the clay as we're back underway. Shelley to the inside here, trying to go hunting for P2. Aaron Rockefeller searching for grip upstairs. Oh, what do we have coming off of 4? Give it to the 91. Shelley, P2 at the line. Now, can Caleb go to work here? Can he try to tug at the leash of Damian Ward? Or is he just going to be too much here as we get 15 laps to go? This time by. Damian to the inside, Caleb to the outside. Shelley is reeling him in. And this is the closest we've seen anybody to the real deal since he's taken the lead at about lap 35. As the 91 looks upstairs, we're side by side. Battle for the lead coming off of 4. Give it to the 91 of Caleb Schellenberg. Big time heat in that middle shelf. And Damian Ward Gonna have to put his head down here, try to figure something out. As he gets a run off of 4, not enough to take the lead back. But Damian slows that thing down, gets right along the inside through 1 and 2. Tries to fight back. But Shelley, he's got the pace in the 91, and he leads the way. The 91 with all the steam coming out of 2. That's where he's making the money. The 32 makes up ground back on the bottom through 3 and 4, but it's so tricky. You got to be perfect that the payoff might not be worth the risk. And Aaron Brown, he's trying to follow the 91 around, trying to get to the outside. And Caleb Schellenberg leads the way with 9 to play. Aaron Brown, we got a 3-car battle. Aaron maybe thinking about getting in the middle here, getting a little frisky in this 56. And he does. He takes a peek. Aaron Brown, what can he do? Can't send it downtown. The 91 gonna shut the door. There's 7 laps to go. If you got any tricks, you got to throw them out now. If you're the 56 or the 32, you are running out of time, and I don't think we're going to get another caution. Not with the way these guys have been racing today. And I honestly think if you're these guys, you don't want another caution. That gives the leader a chance to maybe get that good jump on a restart while you're stuck there trying to figure out how to run him down. Boy, oh boy, this is the battle. Damian Ward coming back, finding a run down here on the bottom. 4 laps to go, this time by for the top 3. Damian, just a thorn in their side. Aaron can't really make it 3 wide unless he wants to go to the outside, and we don't see anyone really whipping it up against that outside wall, as I can show you here. I mean, a couple people, 2, 3 drivers out of the full field that we have here, so it just shows not a lot of grip upstairs. And Damian Ward with a rough corner entry maybe broke that left front here, clipped the tire. He pulls to the inside, and the real deal, Damian Ward has a hiccup. We got a 2-car battle to the finish. White flag in the air. One more trip around for Shelley. Can he hold off the 56? Aaron Brown gonna send it in one more time. Does he drive it in deep? No, he keeps it on the bottom. Final time through 3 and 4. Shelley brings home the checkered flag. Aaron Brown P2. Vicky brings home the podium. And we had a big wreck there through 3 and 4 on the final lap. Could not tell who that was. If that was Devin Hauer involved in that, I think it was, as he tries to bring it to the line. But boy, oh boy. Let's take a look there. Let's see if we can figure out what kind of happened to Damian Ward here. So we want to go back a little further than this. This is when he had already decided to pull it in. Got to think he clipped the tire. He did. It didn't seem too bad there, but it might have been enough that it just made the handling go away, not running for points. So, you know, I mean, you might as well just call it a night here. If not going your way, didn't want to maybe make anything happen, but tough break there for the driver of the 32, Damian Ward. He looked like he was going to be the dog for a while, but Caleb Schellenberg, man, just came up and absolutely stole the show. It's always those guys in these long runs. You know, you don't keep an eye on them. You don't focus. They show up at the end when it matters. And congratulations to Caleb Schellenberg, Aaron Brown, and Tyler Bickford for their podiums. We'll see if we can get a word with the driver of the 07. It looks like there he is, and well, we'll go ahead and we'll pull this man up. I'm always good at doing that. Tyler, sorry, you're talking to your friends down there, but I rudely pulled you up here, man. Up 19 spots, not the way we wanted the heat race to go, but man, feature couldn't have went much better for you. How'd that thing feel tonight?
It felt pretty good. I had damage pretty early on, and I was just like, I'm just gonna ride it out and see what happens, and can't complain about a top 3.
No, do you think maybe, going back to you having some damage, you just ride it out, taking it easy? You think that helped you maybe there towards the end? You had a little bit more tire than those other guys?
Yeah, but I want to top to get around a lot of people, and I think I also burnt my stuff up when I started pushing, so it is what it is. Those things are right rear heavy, so.
Yeah, I mean, not many people, I would assume, went with the small block. I'm guessing we went with the big block tonight, Tyler.
Yeah, it's the only setups I had, so.
Well, hey, brother, you bring home a P3 on the midseason championship night, a hard-fought 75 laps and up 19 spots. Congrats on being the hard charger as well, man. You got anybody you want to thank on a good run?
Gotta thank you for broadcasting it. I thank the FTM guys for putting it on. Everybody for racing clean. There was a couple of hiccups out there, but everybody tried to race clean. It was good racing. I gotta thank Coast to Coast Sim Sports, Majula Say, and everybody else on the car.
Hey, hell of a job, Bicky, man. Hopefully I'm talking to you again soon.
Yes, sir.
Tyler Bickford bringing home P3, and now we're going to bring up the man who finished P2. We've got Aaron Brown in the 56, man. I'll tell you, there was a little bit there. I thought you were maybe going to sneak through and steal this thing. What could we have done different to get by that 91?
Oh man, I don't know. It would have been tough. I had a little run, I thought, and then it was closing up very quick. So I was like, I better just back out of it and just take home what I can. I feel like I was better there at the end. It's just trying to find a way around, and he was doing a good job at keeping me behind him.
And now it seemed like, iRacing, obviously, it doesn't really show us this yet, but it seemed like tonight, man, in one of those cases where the middle almost rubbers up in theory. You don't see many guys ripping down the outside wall there late. It seemed like that middle slick is where you wanted to be. Was that where your car was quickest there at the end?
Yeah. There at the beginning, or towards the middle, I wasn't very comfortable up top, but I was trying to keep up with them. But then we went to the bottom, and then we got into that like 4-car battle, and I was like, I gotta try this middle or something. And I found something where it was like gaining momentum, so I was like, I better not move away from this.
Yeah, man, definitely something that seemed to have come to Charlotte over the last 2 or 3 builds. That good line through 3 and 4 right there in the center, and now it translates over to 1 and 2. And man, you did an excellent job of really putting the pressure on, because it stinks there for Damian, but man, oh man, he may have been the 3rd place car at that point in time. You guys were rolling that middle, pinching him down on the bottom. Aaron, that's a hell of a good run considering where you started. 75 laps to park this thing on the podium. Congratulations, man. Who you want to thank?
I appreciate it. All the guys at FTM, Expert Installation, for help putting us on this league. You for the broadcast, and all the drivers that came out and ran, and shout out to Caleb and Damian for the race. That was fun.
Yeah, man, it was a lot of fun to watch up here, too. I can only imagine how much fun it was in there. I'm jealous, but congratulations, downtown. Hopefully I'm talking to you again, brother.
Appreciate it.
Aaron Brown bringing home P2. And now we bring up the man. I'm telling you, when you go back and watch this, Shelly, you owe me a little bit. I worked my voodoo. I said you had the pace. We just needed a caution. And about 5 laps later, we get a caution flag. Boy, oh boy, you took advantage, man. That thing was quick tonight. How you feeling?
Man, that was fun. It's probably the funnest race I've had in a long time. I really did not feel good at all. I thought I was gonna be maybe a top 10 guy.
but I did not think I was going to have a shot at winning that at all. But we just kind of rode around. I mean, for a while there, just felt like I was just there. I wasn't going nowhere. I could hang with the top 4 or whatever, but I wasn't going nowhere. And then, I don't know. Somehow I learned how to run the bottom. Usually that's not a thing in my book, but fuck it.
Well, I know, sometimes, and I mean, obviously I'm an idiot, may not know what I'm talking about, but you hear a lot of those guys, especially sprint car drivers, guys on dirt, they'll get to that halfway red flag, man, and if their car's been tight, not feeling the best so far, normally it's coming to you in that second half. And do you think that's kind of what you just experienced there a little bit, just riding in the beginning, and then, boy, oh boy, because I'm telling you, man, that thing, it was quick there at the end. You had to have hit on something.
Oh yeah, for sure. Something had to have came in there. Definitely didn't feel any different. I just knew I was getting closer and closer to the cars ahead, and I'm like, wow, we might have a shot here. And then, yeah, towards the end of there, I was holding Aaron up a little bit, but I just couldn't hit the same line. I was nervous as all get out, shaking, foot shaking, trying to keep a steady throttle percentage. Can't do that.
Do you know how glad I am to hear someone else admit to that? Because I am one of those guys that also do that. I will, my body will act like I'm going into hypothermia.
Oh yeah,
when I'm
dude,
that
every
nervous,
single time.
it's so hard.
Yeah, and I mean, the first 27 laps of the race when we had that long run, I was already worn out. I'm like, God damn, I'm tired of holding my body left. It's just a bad habit. But yeah, man, another great points night for me and Aaron both. We're 1 and 2, and we just got 1 and 2 in that race. So it'll be a fun fight to the end here for sure.
Yeah, and I mean, one of those. Well, when you come in and kind of dominate, okay, this isn't to kick a dog while it's down, but you kind of put the target on your back. And Damian, man, when he's been here, he's been dominating these shows. And Caleb, I mean, dude, you drove around him. I mean, yeah, he had a little bit of a hiccup, but that had nothing. You were already done out in front at that point. Does it mean more when you're able to get around a driver of that caliber?
I'd say, yeah, it just means more just because I know how, not to be cocky, but good I can be at this sim, and when I can prove myself and show myself that I still got it, it feels good, man, for sure.
No, man, and you should feel good because I'm telling you, not many guys can do what you just did. He was comfortable on the bottom. You hooked up there in the middle and found something he didn't know was there, and you stole the show. That was a hell of a job, Shelly. Congratulations on another win, man. You got anybody you want to thank?
You for doing a great job, as always. All the guys at FTM for putting this deal on again. Expert Insulation for bringing you on here. And Downtown for not wrecking me. That was nice of them.
Yeah, that was a good one, man. Led to a good finish. Well, hell of a job, Shelly. I got a feeling I'm going to be talking to you again soon, man. Give him hell.
For sure. Thank you.
Caleb Schellenberg bringing home the checkered flags. And, man, let's see here. Now, it's going to take a little bit for me to find this in the software, I think. But I will find it. Be patient. Let's take a look at that pass for the lead. We got to go back a little further than that. Bear with me here. Bear with me. If you've been here this long, you don't mind. Let's see here. Where are we at this point in time? All right, let's just cheat. Let's take this away. Oh, yeah. See, I didn't scroll up far enough at all. I didn't give him credit for leading that many laps. Yeah, you can see, man, he just works to the outside, and this is where you got to credit Damian, because a lot of those guys that would be up front, he's led this whole thing. Why not go in there and maybe try a shady slide job and hold off your lead? But this is a guy who knows, man. This other guy came to play tonight. He's beaten me in the line. Maybe I'm not comfortable in. It's going to be his. And we saw good side-by-side racing for the lead. And between, this class of drivers, you cannot ask for much more than this. Hell of a way to cap off their 75-lap mid-championship night. I'd like to thank you all for sticking around this long and tuning in. Big shout out to Full Throttle Motorsports for bringing me on board, but the biggest shout out of all, none other than Expert Insulation and Swan Speed Shops, because without you guys, we don't get to put on these amazing broadcasts. So thank you for tuning in. Before you close that window, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Don't miss a show. I'm Zach Chapman with Shaggy TV saying, have a good night. So long.